Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to class on this Sunday morning. And happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate that day. Um, we were talking before class, and I was saying that I just love the idea of a season of light. I feel like sometimes, especially for me, celebrating Christmas, it feels overwhelming. It feels the older I get, the more overwhelming it feels, because I feel like sometimes we've lost the meaning of some of these very, very special holidays. And so, if we could scale it down to the essence of those holidays, of the celebration of the ending of the longest the shortest day of the year, and the light coming back, and just all of that potential renewal as we move forward, no matter what it is we celebrate. So, with that, let's find a comfortable place to sit. Maybe take the shoulders up and back and down so that we get really comfortable. And then kind of align your posture, whichever way you're seated. Start to align your posture. Feel where your body is in space, especially the head, the neck that has that tendency to press forward and create a lot of strain in the neck. So just feel that. And I often will think when I first sit that if I had a book on the top of my head, how could I level out the book? How could I balance so that it feels like I could hold a book on top of my head and move my head from side to side? So feel that, maybe a little bit of tone to the lower belly, but not too much. You should be able to take a nice full breath here. And exhale it all the way out. And let's start our practice this morning with a little bit of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. We haven't done that in a while, and it is such a beautiful balancing breath. And this time of year, for me at least, it feels like I could use all the help I could get to stay balanced. So if you know Nadi Shodhana, if you know alternate nostril breathing, go ahead and start. If for some reason you are either stuffy or you have a deviated septum, which can make Nadi Shodhana difficult, if you can't breathe in one side and out the other easily, you could breathe in one side and back out the same side, and then switch to the other nostril as an option. All right, so I'll walk you through the first few rounds just in case you're not sure, and then we'll proceed from there. So taking a nice deep breath in and exhale it out. And then breathe in. With your thumb, close off the right nostril, exhale, left side. And then inhale, left side nostril. And with your ring and pinky finger, or just your ring finger, I'm less picky here, close off the left and exhale right. And then inhale right. Close that side off, exhale left. Inhale left side. Close that side off, exhale right. Good, and then just keep that going. Notice if you are tightening your jaw. Notice if you are straining through the breath, and then see if you can go a little bit deeper with the breath. How does that feel? Try to soften. Allow this breath to focus, to help create balance as we breathe in one nostril, knowing that that goes to the opposite side of the brain. So left side goes to right, right side goes to left. I find Nadi Shodhana very calming, very centering. Two more rounds, everyone. Two more full rounds here. And then maybe finishing off that last round. And when you're done, let the hands rest. Take a few nice deep breaths, inhale and exhale. And then let the eyes open. Ah, that's better. Good. Roll the shoulders. That calmed me right down. Roll your shoulders, everybody. Just stretch it out. And then take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale to your heart. Interlace. Press it up. Hold the hands here. Now, if this hurts your wrist, fingers, or shoulders, separate those hands. And as you reach the arms up, just do little like circles if you can. Think about moving the ribs, right? The rib space as you move those arms around. And again, if that bothers your shoulders, please separate the hands. Switch directions, everybody. Just starting to move through the rib cage. Oh, yeah, that feels good too. And then take the hands center, separate the hands, soften the shoulders down, take one hand down, reach the other arm over. And once you're there, make sure that bottom shoulder is down and soft, and then circle the top arm. So you're just going to bring it up and around. Keep it soft again. It's super early in class. Starting to warm up a little bit. The next time the arm goes up, hold it up and then stretch over to the side. Watch where you're putting your head. Make sure it's not dropping down and straining through the neck. Press down through the opposite side waist. Breathe and take the arms up. Squeeze the beach ball. Exhale, other side. Start with a simple stretch, pressing down through the opposite hip and then circle that arm. And breathe. And as we circle, kind of notice, right? If we're playing a little bit here with side body, notice where you start to feel that stretch in side body. Maybe notice what else is involved. And then take the arm up, stretch it over, soften through the head, the neck. Exhale, inhale, bring it up, squeeze the beach ball and let it go. Roll out your shoulders, switch out the legs if they're getting cranky. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale out to T position and then twist to one side. I'm going to hit the wall that quickly. Twist to one side, come back to center, twist to the other side. And center, twist. And center and twist. Good. The next time we twist, let's stay in a twist. Take those hands down, open up the shoulders. Once again, check out the head, the neck, and breathe. Deep breath, everybody. And then as you release this twist, keep your hand on your knee. Take the other arm that's behind, reach it across, see if you can cross elbows. 1, you're here. 2, you can lift off, or 3, you bend down into this stretch and stretch out the back of your body. Deep breath, watch your low backs here. And then take the arms up. Let's come into a little eagle arms again, stretching through the back of the body and breathe. And maybe you do a little circle. Circle. Breathe. Circle the other way. Take a deep breath, everyone. Good. Come back to center. Release. Open it up. Twist the other way. And then take the hands down. Open up the shoulders. Soften them. Breathe. And then release the back arm. Take it up. Take it across. Cross elbows. Don't worry about what you can grab or not grab here, right? It's all going to depend on your shoulder flexibility. And then maybe you bend down, maybe you stay upright. It's okay either way. Deep breath. And then press up. Keep the elbows crossed, maybe come to eagle arms. If you're touching palms, you can always keep them separate. You can also separate the elbows and keep, elbows and keep the hands touching. Breathe, and then maybe a little circle. So when we're busy, right, when we're stressed, even when it's good stress, eustress, it's called, the body can tighten up as a result. Switch directions if you haven't already. So we got to breathe, we got to move, take it back to center, release, stretch those arms big and wide, and then let go. Good, and let's straighten those legs. Straighten them up, nice Dandasana pose, really strong flex through the legs. Let's get ourselves warming up, take the arms up, soften the shoulders, breathe, lift one leg optionally. Let's start burning a few calories, right? I don't know about you, but I've been eating way too much sweets, way too much. Breathe, bend the knee, step over, listen up. I want you to lift up really tall, no twists this time. Just lift up and breathe. One, you're going to stay here and just lean forward. Okay, that's going to be the easier option. Second option is you're going to drop the knee. Be careful here, be mindful, and take it forward. This is a super hamstring stretch. You are grounding the leg by leaving that leg on top of the other. So it's going to get more intense much quicker. So you don't have to go far, right? Keep the spine nice and long. Take a deep breath. And then take the torso up, bend your bottom leg, come to figure four. All easy stretches, all warming up the body. Feel free to rock a little bit. That's it. All right, one more step here. We'll see if I can remember them all on the other side. You're going to take this knee and cross knees. One, you're here. That's plenty enough. Two, you're going to separate out a little bit, moving toward cow face legs. That may be enough. Three, your hips are such that you can come into cow face pose, knee on top of knee, or you have your block that your teacher so lovingly forgot to cue and take that underneath the knees to help with this. So you're any of those things. You might still be in figure four. You might just be cross-legged. Try to remember which one is on top and sit really tall as we go. Hello, hips, right? Good morning. Like, woo, where are they? Nice and tight, nice and tight. Breathe. Lean back, listen up, open up, sit tall, and just a little forward fold. I don't do big forward folds here, especially early in class. And for my back body, I don't do big forward folds at all if both legs are out. So be mindful of your particular body. If you're sitting in a chair, you can do a lot of this in the chair, right? You just have to be a little bit creative. Come on up. Slide the legs together. Dandasana. Hands down, legs active. Check your torso, right? Check your posture. back of the head sitting back in space so that it feels your neck should feel when you're sitting or just working on posture, it just should not feel strained anywhere. It should feel like all the muscles have about the same tension on them, if that makes sense to you. All right, other leg lifts. You got to remember which side you did, right? And find your breath. Take the arms up, always optional, right? Woo, legs optional as well. Press down through the other leg. So let's feel that leg working as well. Bend the knees, step on over, lift tall, and then wrap your arms around. And just find that really nice, tall space. I know my friend Deb is online and she teaches, and like I'll settle in, I'll kind of wiggle in, and Deb does that as well. So hi Deb, I'm thinking about you. She wiggle in. It's funny what we notice. All right, breathe everybody. All right, from here, either you stay here or you drop the knee. Make sure you're not putting your ankle bone on your thigh, by the way, if you hadn't learned that one already, because that can hurt. And then take the torso forward any amount, even if you're just here hanging on. You don't have to go very far forward at all to tap into that hamstring. Big deep breath, big, big, big. Stretching it out nice and deep. And then come on up, bend the knee, figure 4. How far you bend that knee again is going to be up to you. You can take that leg out further. You can bring it in more. You can rock a little bit side to side. Just feel that hip. Good. And then you're back to center. You're going to cross one knee over the other. This might be where you hang out. You feel enough of a stretch here to let that be what it is. Or you can lean back and just separate the feet. So some of my cow face leg yogis are high up here, and that's enough of a stretch. Or you can flatten the knees down or put a block underneath. Again, pretty early in class for this much of a hip opener. So be mindful, right? There's no need to go deeper. Whew. Anybody feeling that? Right? So again, we think about what we are doing again, this time of year can can both, I won't say either, can both be a time of great joy and a time of great stress as we're trying to get everything done. So if we come back into the essence of these holidays, we go, okay, this is the season of light, of balance, of maybe coming in a little bit, right? Wintertime. Lean back, undo, open them up, find a forward fold that makes sense in your body. Big deep breath, everybody. I think the hardest thing for many of us, especially if you're not in the colder climates, is being willing to kind of calm down and bring it in. Nature closes everything up in the winter. Our body should be calming down and kind of holding in a little bit. Really challenging, I think, for a lot of us in this day and age. All right, come on up. Shimmy those legs together. Good job, everybody. Just shake them out. And let's come to table pose. So you know what to do, right? If you need a blanket underneath your knees, all of that good stuff. But find table pose and spread the fingers out nice and wide. And then walk your hands way forward and come to puppy stretch. Lots of options with puppy. If your forehead can come to the floor, that's great. If it can't, you can bring a block underneath your forehead. For a couple of my gals with knee issues, puppy stretch might not be your option today. Maybe you come down onto your belly if you can and do a little bit of a sphinx pose, or maybe you just stay in table pose and do a couple of cats and cows. Okay, if you can be on knees. And if you're in a chair, you're just stretching out through that upper body. same as we are. From puppy, press it up. Take the hands underneath your shoulders, flip your toes under, come right to down dog. And from down dog, let's pedal it out. And breathe. Right, just feel it, stretch it out, maybe lift up through the tippy toes, and then press it down again. Good, lift up through tippy toes, and press down. Good, last one, press up. Press the heels down. And then lower your knees all the way down to the floor. Nice and slow, use some belly there. Press back to your hips. And then round all the way back up, come to neutral spine. From here, take the right leg out, straight out. Toes point down, belly tones in. Check your head, right? It's not looking down at your knee and it's not looking up at the wall. So it's nice and neutral. And turn the toes out to the side. Slide that leg across an imaginary table, set that foot on the floor. Before you even move, you can check your left knee to your left hip. Should be, relatively speaking, straight up and down. Walk your hands back, come up to gate pose. If you're in a chair, just one leg is to the side, the other foot is on the floor. You're sitting on the chair, works just the same. So as we stretch out that long leg, we feel a good tone to the belly. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take that hand down the leg, light and gentle, and take the other arm up and over. Easy, easy, Miss Betty. Breathe. So stretching out that side body, everybody. Notice. Big deep breath. And then take that top arm up, slide it down your thigh, and take the other arm up. Tone the belly. Your hand can come to your thigh, your knee, the floor, even up at your hip, right? Make sure you feel stable. Take both arms up. Exhale, hands down. Walk those hands back out. Lift your leg if you can. Slide it back and let it go. Shake them both out. I'm going to turn around so I have wall room or not wall room. Breathe. All right, so press the left leg out. Tone the belly in, lift the leg. Feel the activation of the leg, the glutes, the hips. Turn the toes out. Slide the leg across. Lower it down. Find gate pose. Look at the knee that's on the floor, knee to hip, and then walk the hands up. Right here, you should feel stable. Sometimes some people will turn the toes out instead of sideways. Got no issue with that. It's actually mostly taught with the feet, with the foot forward. I don't like that for my body, so I teach it this way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slide the arm down, go easy. Use your breath. And take the arms up. Slide the right hand down anywhere that makes sense for you. Take the other arm over. Hi, Buddha. Breathe. And reach up, lift up, everybody. Exhale those hands back down to the floor. Walk them out. Use your leg straight. Lift that leg. Slide it back and down and let go. Shake it out. And then extend through the right leg again. Step it across and look back. Stretch side body. That's it. Oh, that feels good, right? Stretching out through that hip, through the ribs. Lift that leg up, release it. Go to the other side, press the left leg back. Step it over, look across. Find your breath. And lift up, release it. Come back to table pose, flip your toes under again, downward facing dog, press it out. So if you were with me Friday at the park, we worked on down dog ad nauseum. So I want you to think about all the things we talked about, right? With the arms, with the chest, softening the knees, maybe to help you extend through, feeling the mountain in down dog, right? The hips rising up, equal weight or relatively equal weight, feet to hands. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Step forward, right leg. Coming into your first lunge, I'm just going to turn around so I have my blocks near me. And take your hands up to your knee. Roll the shoulders back. Find your breath. And just notice again, how does this pose feel? Your right hand stays on the right knee. Take the left arm up. Breathe. And then take the arm over. Be mindful here. It'll throw the balance just a little bit. Feeling a deeper stretch maybe through that front left leg. And then take both arms up. Squeeze the beach ball. Take both hands down. Take your right hand inside your right foot. You can take your hands to blocks if you want, but you don't need to. From here, squeeze the belly, lift your left knee off the floor. So a little high lizard pose, right? If it were lower, we'd be coming down deep, but we don't need to do that today. And I tend to press my right leg toward my right arm so that I feel like I'm getting a little bit more stability there, even as you fire up that whole left leg. All right, if you can, you're going to just lift the hips and step back to down dog. If you needed to, certainly you can lower the knees and come back that way. Pedal it out. Good. When you're ready, left foot forward. Once your left foot is forward, lower your right knee. Take your hands to your knee. Start here, stretch, nice stretch, everybody. Woo. Deep breath. That's it. Inhale the right arm up. Soften and breathe. Once you're ready, twist over to the side. Take a deep breath. As we stretch side body, those muscles get tight, everybody, especially if we're sitting a lot. I was in a car yesterday for well over 3 hours. Breathe. Good. Take the arm up. Exhale. That hand comes down to the floor. The left hand goes inside the left leg, and we lift the right knee off the floor. Find your breath. Again, maybe you're pressing your left leg into the left arm a little bit. Maybe you have to walk the left foot out to the left a little bit. Watch your head, your neck. Try not to let it over drop or overlift, my Miss Ellie. Breathe. Good. If you can, lift the hips, step back, find down dog again. Inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale down to your knees, everybody. And either child's pose or puppy stretch, maybe hero pose. I'm going to take this opportunity to stretch the backs of my toes. And deep breath, big deep breath. Just notice, right? When we, again, and maybe I'm just speaking from personal experience this year, when we have a lot going on, it is important to bring it all back to center, right? Bring it back to the breath more than anything else. All right, wherever you are, table pose. Woo. Maybe pat the tops of your feet. And let that go. Tone in through the belly. Press your right leg back. We're going to put a lot of that together. So let's see how we do. How we do. You notice I said we. Tone the belly, lift the leg. Find your pose. You can hang out right here, right? If you're using a chair, your hands can be on the chair and the leg can be extended out maybe. Lots and lots of options once again. Turn the toes out, slide it over, lower the foot down, come to gate pose. You can always stay right there. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, slide the hand down. Breathe. Yep, you got it. Inhale, both arms up, slide the other way. Find your breath, everyone. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Walk those babies back out. Open up the shoulders, lift the leg. You're going to slide it all the way across and look back. Big deep breath. Good, release that. Take the leg up, lower the toes to the floor, and then lift up, downward facing dog. Nice and easy, check your pose. Always take the time to come into good pose, good alignment. And then either lower the knees and then step forward, right leg, or just step forward. Just step forward, lower your knee to the floor. Undo your toes and take the arms up. Right hand to right knee, left arm reaches over to the side. Find your breath right here. Both arms up. Exhale, hands down. Right hand inside left, or right hand inside right leg. Lift up, optional. Find your breath. Step back, downward facing dog. Adjust your hands, they're probably narrow. Breathe. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor. I'm going to turn around. I should take up break dancing or something. All right, left side. Tone in, left leg, lift up. Find your breath. Turn the toes out. Take it all the way out. Drop the foot to the floor. Check your pose. Come on up. And breathe. Now this pose, gate pose, you don't have to take the arms up. If that's difficult, keep those hands on the floor, okay? When you're ready, slide the left hand down the left leg. Open up that side body. Feel your breath. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, slide the other way. Try to stay in alignment here. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, walk them out. You're going to lift and slide all the way across. Looking back at that foot, stretching out the side body, finding your breath. Good, release that. Toes down, down dog. Check your hands, check your shoulders. Find your breath. Notice your pose. Either lower the knees and then step forward or step forward left leg. Lower your right knee to the floor, everybody. Hands up. Find your breath. Left hand goes to left knee. Take the right arm over. Use your breath. Arms up. Breathe, hands down. Left hand inside left foot. Lift the right knee, lizard pose. Breathe. Press back, down dog. Lower your knees to the floor. And either child's pose, hero pose, puppy stretch, belly flop, anything that works. and pause. And once you're wherever you are, just shake out your wrists, shake out your hands, breathe. So again, it's interesting, right? So what do we do when we have excess energy or stress or anything like that, right? So one thing we can do is just kind of and breathe. The other thing we can do is give that excess energy an outlet. And for me, movement is the outlet, is the okay, it's like you're shaking it off your body and then you can get back to the task at hand. So I always find a little bit of flow helpful for getting that excess energy out of my body. Open the window if you need to. We're getting warm here in the studio. Apparently, it might be locked. There you go. All right, so we're going to do one more of that exact same flow. We're going to add one more thing to it. So you decide. You want to sit out this one? You want to hold in for the next round, or you want to go through it? You decide for you. Okay. So let's start back to table pose. I got to turn around. Tone in through the belly, check your hands, press back through your right leg, tone your belly in. You know what's coming. So, and since you do, let's get good form, right? We know what we've got to do. So let's feel this in our bodies. Turn the toes out, slide it across, lower the foot, press up to gate pose. Feel like you are almost like grace in motion. I don't know how else to describe it, because I'd like to say, imagine you're a dancer, but we're not all dancers, right? I'm not a dancer like that. So I just want to feel like my body is moving through space with as much ease as possible as we slide that right hand down the right leg. And then inhale, it's like choreographed. Exhale, other way. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Use your core. Tone the belly and lift the leg. Slide it all the way across to the other side and look back at it. Use your breath, everybody. Lift the leg. Bring it back to center. Drop the toes. Push up to down dog. Hold your pose. Use your breath. When you're ready, step forward, right leg. Once it's there, good alignment, lower the knee. Inhale, reach up. Right hand down, left arm reaches over, feeling that side stretch. Breathe. I feel that all the way through my belly. I don't know about anybody else, but that's a deep stretch. Both arms up. Exhale, hands inside the right foot. Open up your shoulders. Lift your left knee off the floor. Hold on, tone in, everybody, belly tone. And then the left hand stays where it is. The right arm goes up. Breathe. Feel the wingspan. Don't over push through the front shoulder. Move from the front of the chest instead. Breathe. Circle that arm back down to the floor. Step back, down dog. Separate the hands if they're narrow. Use your breath. Lower your knees to the floor. We're going right to the other side so we can get that done. Press back through the left leg, tone through the belly. Lift up. Turn the toes out. Slide it out and across, drop that foot. Reach up. Breathe. Like, don't even move until you feel ready to move to the next part of the flow, right? Once you feel centered, take the hand down. Reach over with the other arm. Big deep breath. Both arms up. Exhale, slide the other one down. And breathe, everybody. Inhale both up. Exhale, take them to the floor. Lift the leg, flow it up all the way across. Look back at it, stretch that side body. And then lift it up again. Let the toes come to the floor. Push up to down dog. Find your breath. Step forward, left leg. Lower the right knee. Inhale it up. Breathe. Exhale, inside hand. Oh, I forgot one thing. Thank you, Kristen. And take your left hand to your left knee. Oh, it's so close. Breathe. And reach up. Now take those hands inside. Lift that knee off the floor. Find your solid pose. And then take the left arm up. Big deep breath. Release that hand down. Step back to dog. Down dog. Lower your knees to the floor. Come to child's pose or any variation of that pose. Soften your shoulders, soften everything that you can. And just feel the rhythm of your breath, right? Notice it. Breathe. Good. And when you're ready, you're going to come back up. We are going to come to standing. So from whichever position you chose, just find your best way to come up. Softening the knees as you reach up and roll the shoulders. See, first time we've stood up all class. That's amazing to me. Oh, good. And then just stand in a beautiful mountain pose. And again, find your balance. Just find balance. And imagine drawing the breath up through the right foot, all the way through the right nostril, coming across and exhaling it out through the left, and then changing direction. Just pause here. And imagine this whole body, Nadi Shodhana, right? Whole body alternate nostril breath. Good. And then open the eyes and shake everything out. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work, and we're going to do a couple of different things. So if you know you would like to be near a wall, please do that. The first one's going to involve a pretty bent knee. So again, if you'd rather be in a chair or do it a little bit different than what I'm showing you, go ahead and do that. So if you're near a wall, right, you may or may not need it. You're going to come up really tall and then sink into, I'm going to use my right leg to start, sink into the leg of your choice. Turn the other one out as if we were going to do tree pose, but we're not. You're going to slide that leg up and see if you can find a figure four-ish looking pose. One, you're most often your leg is above the knee. For some of you, whoop, you might go below the knee, okay, wherever it is for you. And then kind of press the thigh back into the foot. Your hands go to your heart. This is our first balance pose choice. You can do regular tree pose. You can have your toe on the floor. All of that's okay. From here, option one, you're here, you stay. You can take the arms out. Option two, with hands to heart, sink in to a squat and breathe. Option 3, you go lower still, the hands come to the floor. You find your breath. Breathe. Hardest part of this version is getting out. You have to lift from your head and your chest to move out. So maybe you take one hand to your chest, pull that chest up, hands back to heart, and then release it, shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. And let's go to the other side. This is just our first balance pose. We're going to do another one after this. So find your footing, right? Find your stability. Turn the opposite leg out. And then take it where you would like for it to be for you. Lots of choices here. Kind of sort of push your back thigh back into your foot a little bit. It's going to keep you from hyperextending the knee. And then one, you're here. 2, you're there. 3, you're going to a squat. And breathe. A lot of leg work happening here, no kidding. Or you're taking the hands down. I should have cued some blocks there. That would have been helpful. Ooh, that's a tight hip right there. All right, everybody say, I love my hips. I love my hips, even when they're tight. Breathe. And then think about your ascent up, right? Try to lift from your chest. Stand all the way up and let go. Shake it out. And breathe. Open it up. Shake it out. All right, so final balance pose. We're going to take standing leg down. Again, a finger to a wall is just an awesome thing. So feel free to do that. The opposite leg, make sure you squeeze in through that standing hip. Lift the leg up. You can take one hand under your thigh and the other one up. So again, this is option 1. Option 0 would be don't do it at all. You can extend the leg, okay, more work. You can grab your big toe and take it out. If you are grabbing too low on the leg and your torso is rounded, you're too far. I'm more happy with that thigh hold and a straight torso than the other way around. Bend the knee, release your pose, shake it out, and breathe. Mountain pose. Mountain pose. Switch to the other side. Find your footing, find that grounding. Lift the other leg, just hold under the thigh. Maybe take the arm up. And breathe. One side often different than the other. Maybe you see if it'll extend. Maybe you're going to grab big toe or you're going to grab a ankle and extend out. And let go and release. So still standing, take the legs wide. Big hinge from your hips. Come on down, forward fold. Stretch it all out, everybody. Big deep breath. Maybe notice how you feel now compared to how you felt at the beginning of class. Is there a difference? Press into your hands, come halfway up, halfway up. And then heel toe those feet back towards center. Bend the knees, hands come to knees, and come up to standing. Grab one of your blocks. Let's just kind of, I think of it as a reset. Let's reset the legs and the hips. So block between your thighs, walk the feet in and give it a good squeeze. Do you hear that? And squeeze. All right, release that. We're going to come toward the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Step back, downward facing dog, everybody. Breathe. Plank pose. Now we're going to do just a bit of core work here. So you do you. Remember, you can take the knees down. You can come to elbows instead. Hang in there and breathe. Belly tones, hips are level. Find your breath. Woo, we got this. Hold on to the beach ball, but keep the shoulders wide. You know what I mean. All right, we're doing knee taps for 20. Here we go. Single knee taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to elbow. See if you can hang on to your plank. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower knees and come on down. Holy moly. All the way down. That sounded really good in my head. Got a little tough toward the end. Oh, breathe. And then take your feet wide on your mat. Feel the pinky toes. And then come up to your elbows for Sphinx. So once again, you know, right? If this is too deep, just take the elbows out a little bit. Find your breath. And then 1, you're going to stay here, or 2, you're going to lower, take the hands wide, and maybe just start to move a little into your body. See if you can find a back bend. That makes sense. Just play. You can lift shoulders, you can lift elbows. And come on down. And then roll over to one side. Bend your bottom knees. And you're going to press up to your elbow. Press up to your elbow. Side body, right? Pull that side body in. Pull it in. Make sure your elbow is relatively under shoulder just so that you have good support here. 1, you're going to stay here with these ribs pulled in. 2, you're going to lift the hips. Breathe. 3, you're going to extend one leg. 4, you're going to extend both legs, side plank. All options. Sorry, Kristen asked for side body. You're getting it. Breathe. Hand comes down. Knees come down. Press into the same hand and stretch out the side body. I even like taking my shoulder up to my ear. Like it just feels really good to me to really get a big stretch through there. If it doesn't feel good, keep it more neutral. All right, release, other side. Are you smiling yet? Are you, any of you? You're on your elbow, relative alignment here, because if your elbow's too far out, you'll just crunch on it when you try to lift the hips. So first, bring in the ribs. Second, optionally, Lift the hips. This is a great spot to stay, by the way. I'm just saying. If you want to. Extend the top leg, another good place to stop. I use my hand to support as I lift the other leg. I'm scissor kicking my legs, taking the arm up. And breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Lift those ribs. 3, 2, 1. Take the hand down. Take the knees down, hip down. Press into your hand. Whoo. And shake it out or stretch it out. That's it. Release that. Come to a seat with the legs out. We're almost done with all of this. Big deep breath. So again, choices. If you can, you're going to reach for your big toe of one foot. You're going to dig the heel in of the other. If you can do that, that's great. If you can't, take it behind the knee or behind the shin instead. Lift the leg up. Draw that knee toward chest, straighten the other leg, and lift up. Breathe. Variation here of archer pose. And release. Bend the knees again, take the toes up, go to the other leg, grab your toe, bring it in, straighten the other leg, lift up tall, take the arm up. And release. Shake it out. Bend both knees, lean back, crisscross. Who wanted to say applesauce? Crisscross applesauce. All right, so cow face legs again. We're moving back into this pose. I know for a lot of folks, cow face is not accessible because of the knees, the hips, whatever is going on. If that's the case, come back to that seated figure 4. That's way more accessible and I think would work better. You can also have a block underneath your knees, even between the knees. So wherever you are, take the knees toward the floor or on a block. The other option here is a lot of folks can do this, but they can't have the knees stacked. So you're just going to separate the knees more. You're still going to get a stretch. There's like 100 ways to get there. So you decide for you. Sit up really tall. Whichever leg is on top, for me, it's my left leg. I'm going to take my right arm up. If it's your right knee on top, take your left arm up. Bend and pat yourself on the back. Take the other arm out, internal rotation, reach it behind, and just let the hands head toward each other. For some of you, touching hands, holding fingers, again, is not a problem. For others, there's nowhere to get close unless you really alter the pose. So stay tall. Don't worry about touching your fingers. Cow face pose right here. The closer your heels are to your hips, if you're in the full pose, the easier it is on the hips. The further away the legs, the heels are from the side hip, the deeper the stretch. But again, I caution deeper, 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 deeper. I've got a stretch going on here. I don't need to go any deeper. I could, but I don't need to. So we want to honor the process of our bodies and not push too hard. All right, release the hands. Listen up. 1, come on out. That's enough for you. 2, you can take the torso forward. Again, be gentle here. I always monitor how the stretch feels and how the hip joints feel as I go into these deeper hip poses. All right, press on up, everybody. Release the legs, open up. Hard part's going to be to remember which leg was on top. Breathe. You can take it forward a little. Don't overdo again. I'd rather see a nice long spine than a rounded back. I'm just funny that way. Come on up. Bring the legs together, switch sides. You're going to cross the other way. So we got those knees bent. Remember, figure four is the option, is another really great option here. Blocks in between or underneath. Take the knees down. One side often different than the other. This side might be easier, harder, or about the same. Big deep breath. Good. One, you're here, or two, the opposite arm from the top leg goes up. Pats yourself on the back. Other arm goes out. Internal rotation. Bring the arms together, the hands together. Maybe they touch, maybe not. Breathe. It's interesting. I find the more upper body work I do, the less easy it is to touch my fingers. So as those muscles tighten more and more, I think, or if you're very wide shouldered, it can be really hard to find the fingers, or a zillion other reasons. So don't worry about the fingers. Breathe. Release. Ooh, shake it out. One, you're here. Two, you're coming out. Three, come on forward. Press up and out. Lean back, open up the legs. Ooh. Shake them out, come forward if it makes sense for you. Good, press up. And Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Again, don't go crazy here. Don't go crazy. Oh, just let it be easy. Think about some of the phrases we use and where they ever came from. She's wild. Breathe. Just feel the stretch here. Again, I know several of you who can come forward in this pose. But if you feel a nice stretch, we did a lot of thigh work today. If you feel a nice stretch to the inner thighs, that's really all you need to do. All right, knees together. Oh, feet back to the front of your mat. When you're ready, come on down to your backs. Actually, and sorry, and if you're already there and you want to stay, that's fine. If you want, grab your strap. We're just gonna maybe add one little element to the Shavasana when we get there. So grab your strap and put a loop in it, not a very big one. It's gonna go, the legs are gonna go through it. And then just set that aside for a moment. Then come to your back. Oh. Lift the hips, shift them over to the left. We're just going to come into a twist to make sure we got everything, all the little kinks worked out. So the hips shift to the left, the knees drop to the right, the head, neck are neutral, the left arm stretching out, and just allowing that whole left side chest stretch out as we move into twist on this side. Breathe. Release that side. Take the legs back to neutral, the hips to neutral, and then the hips to the right. Knees come up and then the knees lower to the left. Big deep breath. Relax your face and your breathing. Good. Take the knees back to center, everybody. Hips back to center. Grab your loop and feed your legs through the loop until that strap comes up to about mid-thigh. It doesn't have to be really tight. What you're using this for is kind of a container for your legs so that as you straighten the legs and come to Shavasana, the legs don't roll fully out, but they hit the strap. If you like this, stay there. If you don't like it, either take the strap to the shin area instead, which is more comfortable for some, or my other favorite, you take that up to the lower hips and tighten it around the hips for kind of a little hip containment. All of those are good. They give your body a sense of safety, right? That it's like wrapping up in a tight blanket or something like that. It can feel really good to just feel contained a little bit. And then as you choose which way that strap's going to go for you, if at all, then come into your Shavasana. And for just 2 rounds, without using your hands, do 2 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. Picturing it in your mind's eye, drawing it up through the right side, closing that right side off and exhaling through the left. And then inhaling your left side. And exhaling your right. And inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. And exhaling right. And then let your Shavasana be whatever it is for you. Feel your body get softer and softer. Soften down even more. And in this season of light, maybe you bring more light into your heart and then allow more light to shine out from you. Soften down one more time. Let go of anything else you don't need anymore. And then start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Draw the knees gently to your chest. Give yourself a big hug as you rock side to side. And then allow the knees to roll over to one side or the other. Pause there for a moment. And then press all the way up to your seated pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom, to that light within you that shines out. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you all so much. Have a great day,
Namaste.
everyone. Happy Hanukkah.